All right, it is now time for the Week
I'm back
10
now. Fuck
fantasy
this.
show. What?
I backed out of the game.
Shut
Jeez,
up.
shut up. All right, let's go over real quick what happened last week in Week 9, starting with my matchup versus Cheese. Cheese squeaks out the 5-point victory, 124 to 119. He moves to 8-1 on the season to keep pace with Tyler, who also won in a close game. Both one-loss teams, top of the standings, get wins. Closer than what a lot of people probably would have thought, including myself. I did not think my team was going to put up the points that they did. Got a couple big performances from Kenneth Walker, and Gino did pretty decent. Really just came down to my wide receivers. DJ Moore let me down. Drake London had an ass game, continues to be ass. But DJ Moore was a bit of a surprise. I thought he could put up some more points than 4.4, but they got one out from the start. Kenyon Drake gave me a little life on Monday Night Football with a couple touchdowns. Looked good. Hopefully Gus Bus can stay out. So that way I can keep plugging him in, but we'll see what happens. Cheese's side, he's pretty standard performance from all his players. They all kind of did average. Etienne popped off with 26. Sanders had 15 on Thursday night. Diggs 14. We'll see what happens with Diggs moving forward if Allen doesn't play. But overall, solid performance from Cheese. Has the better team. Deserved to win. Obviously, has the better team. But it was close, and you were sweating it a little on Monday night, which was I like to see. Comments, Cheese, on the victory.
We standard performance. We move on to week 11 or week 10.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next matchup of last week. This was a battle of shit performances, as I thought this would be one of the higher scoring matchups of the week, and it was not. It was one of the lower scoring as Pussy gets a big win over Pook. Both these teams were 5-3 going into it. So Pussy moves to 6-3. Pook falls to 5-4. So big win for Pussy. He continues to get a little fortunate on some of these lower scoring wins. I think every time you've scored under 100 points, I think you've like won almost all of them, Pussy. You're getting some good fortune there as a 98-86 victory. Pussy's Eagles stack did well again with 20 from Hertz and 15 from AJ Brown. Goddard had a big game as well on Thursday night with 24, but then his whole team on Sunday, on game day, didn't show up as besides Jamal Weldon getting 10, everybody else shit the bed on Sunday. So apparently you just need a bunch of Thursday night players, pussy. On Pook's side, Lamar did his standard thing. Pook had a chance on Monday night. He needed some more points from Lamar and Isaiah Likely, and Likely dropped a big catch in the fourth quarter that could have possibly went for a touchdown on a little throw outside where he was wide open and dropped it. And that kind of probably cost Pook this matchup. So, Pussy, your comments after the big win against Pook, even though your team shit the bed.
Well, it's always an awesome thing to beat
Yes.
Aiden himself
Yeah. Usually
because
98 points doesn't get you anywhere close of beating Pook.
I have been rather fortunate this year, and I know it's probably going to eat me in the ass. But hey, you know
Uh,
what? We continue to go. I need my running backs to produce, and I've been looking
you're
to
two
trade.
running backs from the same team, you mean?
Yeah, but I mean, Jamal Williams is not bad. I mean, even when Swift plays, he's getting the goal line work and he's going to catch a few passes. So
Okay.
I, I need to make
Yeah.
a few small changes, I think, and that's
Okay.
why I'm willing to trade. But yeah, I thought it was a great week. I I, I didn't expect my team to shit the bed on Sunday.
You were
I
feeling
went to
good
bed
after
early
Thursday
on Monday
night.
night, and I thought I was going to lose because when I first checked it, Isaiah Likely had one catch and it was a touchdown on the first
Yep.
drive. So I
Yep.
was like, "Fuck me,
Yeah.
I'm going to lose." But
I was facing
hey,
him in JV, and I thought for sure when he got that opening drive touchdown, I thought I was fucked as well. But he dropped a crucial pass that might have went for a second touchdown in the fourth quarter.
I mean, I was fortunate all week. I mean, Dobbs got hurt early. I mean, and Aaron Jones got hurt. So hey, we chalk it up. We go
Well,
to the
like we
next week.
said in fantasy, you got to be 50%
It's the luck of
lucky
the
to
average.
win. Yeah. All right. So GG's to you. Moving on to the next matchup of last week, we had Zach versus Ernie. Zach falling to the dreaded 1-8, as well as to keep me some company down there at the bottom, as Ernie picked up a 111-95 victory. This one looked like it might have been close in the beginning on Sunday, as Zach got off to a decent start, and then his team shit the bed in the late afternoon games. Meanwhile, Ernie's team came on late when it looked like he was in a battle, as Justin Jefferson put up 25 huge points. Ramondre Stevenson continues to be a beast with another 16-point game. Dalvin Cook got a late touchdown in that game to really help boost Ernie's chances to win. Meanwhile, on Zach's side, his newly acquired Devontae Adams feasted early on with 36 huge points, so good trade for him there. But then kind of the rest of his team, Mike Gesicki did nothing. He got 0 points. He had to start Ronnie Rivers, who didn't get any points at all, so he took 0 there. David Montgomery continues to struggle with another bad game. So overall, the trade for Zach with Adams and Samuel did good, but then all the rest of his lineup didn't do much to help him out as he falls to Ernie. Ernie picks up a big win there to move to 5-4 to keep himself right in the playoff hunt and right in a pole position. So GG's there to Ernie. Moving on to the next matchup of the week, we had Hunter versus Matt, and this was a battle of 4-4 teams, and Hunter blows out Matt to move to 5-4. Matt falls to 4-5 and stays in the 8th seed at the moment, just missing the playoffs 130-84. I did not see this kind of blowout coming as Hunter's team popped off. Tua had a great game. He got solid production from both his running backs, 27 points from Hill, 16 from Hawkinson, who looked great in his first game with Minnesota. Juju continues to be a good add for Hunter with that trade with Bill. So a very nice trade for Hunter with the Tua and Juju coming over to help his team get a big victory and looking very good and in a strong position to make the playoffs at the moment. Moving on to the next
I will
matchup,
say, I hope,
oh,
can I
go ahead.
comment real quick?
Yes, go ahead.
I will say that earlier that Zombie was looking at people to lose upcoming
Uh-huh.
season, and I spotted Hunter's team to probably choke his spot
Really?
into the
You think
playoffs, and I
So
think
you think you're predicting Hunter will miss the playoff,
yes,
and you're thinking
yes,
Zombie's gonna catch him.
yes.
All right, that's a strong, bold prediction there. I mean, I look at Hunter's team and I think it's pretty solid. I mean, Hawkinson looked great. I mean,
Yeah,
his
but
Tua, he's got Tua
does
who's been
anybody did
solid. I mean,
anybody on bye
listen,
last
the
week?
way quarterbacks are this year, I mean, there
God, I
ain't
don't know,
that
man.
many great ones out there. So to get 24 from Tua each week is solid. I mean, his
I
running
just
backs are
don't like
solid.
his team, really.
He's got
I
a
just
solid
don't.
team. I mean, there ain't really any holes. It's balanced. He's got
Yep,
3 running backs. You only have
and
one from or two from the same team.
I get it. I just don't
Okay.
like his team.
Okay, so you think Zombie's gonna catch him? Interesting. I mean, I think if anyone catches him, I think Matt's team over Zombie's gonna catch him.
Oh, yeah, Maddox not making it. That's
Uh,
a given.
I don't know, but all right, interesting. All right, moving on to the next matchup of last week, we had bye week Bill, who continues to get another win. He moves to 3-6, defeating Slaps in the closest matchup of the week, 125.72 to 125.04. Slaps big loss for him there, as if he would have won this week, he would have basically got it solidified playoff spot. Now he falls to 5-4, so he's still right on the edge, only a game ahead of Matt. The big thing here was Joe Mixon's huge day, 5 touchdowns, 55 fantasy points. It was looking like when you get 55 fantasy points from a player, you should expect to win every time because that's like getting 3 players production. However, when you start 2 guys that get 0 points each, that negates the 55 huge performance, which is exactly what happened as he had Tyler Higbee get 0 and Robert Woods in his flex against Kansas City get 0 as well. With Malik Willis starting, I'm not sure why. I wish he was in the party tonight so he could explain to us why he decided to start a wide receiver for the Titans when they have a running quarterback playing and a Derrick Henry feasting that you knew was going to happen. But either way, bad decision there as I mean, he didn't have much else on the bench, so he would have had to start Benjamin, but even the 3.7 points from Benjamin in the flex would have got him the win. Bill went into Monday Night Football needing Taysom Hill to only get 1 point, and although it took a while, And although it was only 1.12 points, that was just enough for Bill to squeak out a entertaining matchup this past week between these two. So the big storyline was Mixon, but then also Taysom Hill coming with that 1 point to give Bill a chance. Nobody would have thought Bill had a chance if you would have told us that Mixon was going to get 55. But he had a chance. His team hung in there, got some good performances, and GG's to Bill on overcoming that 55-point deficit to
Yeah,
get the
that's
win.
that's
Anybody,
embarrassing to lose
that
with
is
Mixon in
embarrassing
your
for
lineup.
slaps. If you get 55 points from a player, you expect to cruise
Yeah,
to victory. I mean,
that's
I don't
you
know too
can't
many
that
people
can't
that probably
happen.
would lose with Mixon on their team last
I
week.
mean, maybe less than 5% probably lost this week
Yeah,
with
yeah.
him in the
So,
lineup.
but a big win for Bill keeps him in the hunt at 3-6. He's only 2 games back of a playoff spot, and he continues to put up some decent points each week. So if he keeps doing that, he might creep his way into a
Yep,
playoffs. I
that's
mean,
the
you're talking
one
about
team I'm nervous about.
you think Zombie's gonna make the playoffs possibly over Hunter. Well,
Yeah, there's
if
going to be some
anybody's
teams that are
choking
going to choke
and
him.
getting in, if Hunter's choking and getting in, I think Bill might be the one that sneaks in instead of Zombie's team. But go ahead, Pussy. What were you gonna say?
That's the one team I'm nervous about. I said in the chat earlier this week. I
Oh,
said
is Bill?
Bill is the
Okay.
team that I'm nervous about.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got
All
two
right.
great running backs, and I mean,
We'll see what happens with Allen as he is banged up for this upcoming week, so that could be a blow if he doesn't play. But as Bill's already said, he's got 5 billion quarterbacks on the
Yes, he
bench, so
does.
he'll have somebody that he can plug in there against
and they're
Cheese
and they're
this
all
week.
better than Case Keenum.
I'm not
That is
starting
true.
Case Keenum.
They are all better, including Marcus Mariota, who's
I
on
am
my
not
bench,
starting Case
who he
Keenum.
could have. Oh, you're not? Okay. Well, when we get to the
Oh,
preview, we'll see who you're starting. All right, and moving on to the last matchup of the week. Zombie last week in the show said his season starts now. Well, his season started with another L as he lost to Tyler,
Bum ass
who picks
zombie.
up the win 8-1, 130 to 133, a big scoring matchup. Unlucky for Zombie as his team puts up a big score 130 but still loses to the Tyler 133. Tyler's team rebounds after a couple bad weeks, so big win for him, big performance. Once again, Tom Brady just a solid 15, nothing crazy. But it was Eckler again showing Zombie why he shouldn't traded him away after a couple bad first weeks of the season. He trades Eckler away. Eckler pops off 24 points. Cup with his average 26 every week. It seems like he does that. Darnell Mooney had a nice game with 17. Tyler Lockett had a nice game as well with 17. So overall, solid performance from Tyler's team. Once again, nobody stunk the bed for Tyler, which is what gets you the 132 points.
Imagine if he had Patrick Mahomes still in his lineup.
Yeah, yeah. If he had Patrick Mahomes still,
Looks
I forget. He got
zombie.
Tom Brady and what? What was the trade?
Hunter
Zombie.
Renfro. Hunter
Oh, Hunt. Yeah,
Renfro.
that's right. Tyler's star flex guy, who we said is the best flex in the
Zombie
league a
was,
few weeks.
saying the
Who?
red
Wait,
wave
is
is
he?
coming,
He's. Oh,
and
he's
it did
still
not
on his team.
happen.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
I think just for the just the pure embarrassment that if he dropped him, he traded
yeah.
Patrick
I don't think
Mahomes
he's
for.
dropping him because he knows what is coming. But so big win for Tyler on Zombie side. He had his Chiefs boys give him a
And
chance
that's
to
it.
win the game, popping off. Deion Jackson didn't really do what some people thought he might do as the lead back with Taylor out. Amon-Ra with just kind of a average, below average game with only 9 points. Zombie's running backs did pretty solid though. Cordell came back, which is a big boost for Zombie. Got in the end zone, looked pretty good. Michael Carter also had a nice game competing with Robinson. So overall, solid performance from Zombie, but not good enough. Zombie, your season started last week and you start with an L. So what now at 3-6? Yeah, you gotta get some wins here. Any comments on your loss to Tyler last
That doesn't count. My season starts this week.
week? Okay, okay. So basically, your season will start when you get a win. Zombie, is that what I'm kind of
Damn, his
seeing here?
season ain't leaving the ground.
Yeah, it might not. It might not. All right. So looking at the standings, as we said, when it pulls up here, we have Tyler and Cheese leading that pack once again, both at 8-1, waiting for the other to blink for that
Well,
possible bye.
we play week 11.
Week 11. Okay, so next, not this week, coming week, but the
That's the
following. That
matchup to
that
look
could be a
like.
huge matchup if you both win this week. I kind of hope you both win. That way, it
Or if
comes
one of
down
us
to that
loses,
matchup.
because if one of us loses, if then they win the next week, it puts a nail in the coffin.
Uh, well, not necessarily.
Let's say Tyler. Let's say
Because there would
Tyler
be two.
wins.
There would be two regular season
Yeah, but
weeks
let's say
left.
Tyler wins, and then he beats me next week, he probably has it because he'll definitely lead in points for.
Well, yeah, you both. Yeah, if one of you loses this week and then that person that lost
done.
loses head to head, then it would be very hard for you to get it. But yeah, but assuming you both win, then that matchup next week is really, really big. Then we have Pussy with that victory over Pook sitting in all solo third at 6-3. We have Pook, Slaps, and Ernie all at 5-4, as well as Hunter at 5-4. So right now we have all 7 through 4 teams, all 5-4 in those playoff spots, and then we have the under 500 teams in 8th, 9th, 4-5 for Matt, 3-6 for Bill, 3-6 for Zombie in 10th place right now. Like we said, he's got to get it going. And then in the battle of the cellar for who's going to finish last, me and Zach both at 1-8 Dreadful. Although by 2 points right now, I am leaping Zach for last
Have
place. So it is very, very close in the points for standings
have me and
between
Tyler
the bottom
clinched.
teams.
We're-
Although me and Zach both ahead of Zombie in points for,
I
as
don't know.
well
Look
as
at the
Matt.
percentage on it. I don't know if you've clinched or not.
Well, we're at 100%.
Oh yeah,
mean?
well then you're clinched.
All right, let's go. Me and Tyler clinch.
No. Yeah. You and Tyler. Yeah, you and Tyler are in the playoffs, I believe, right? Because
It says 100.
4-5.
It says 100 on the
You're
right over there.
yeah, you're 4. Yeah, you're 4 games ahead of him, ahead of Matt in 8th. So I don't. Well, they're giving you that base. They have to be giving you that based on points for.
All right. Can we look at
'Cause one of you plays each other,
the
so
offers report? It was a busy offers report.
that may matter. Was it? Well, was it busy
Yes.
for you or
No,
for
it was busy.
everybody?
There's a lot of offers. I saw a lot of
Oh,
offers when I
okay.
looked this morning.
Well,
Looking at
you
that
want
real
my
See?
quick.
offer, but
Cheese spent
Let's
$46 on the Ravens
go.
defense.
I
That's
thought
no surprise.
I'm very surprised I'm the only one who made an offer on the Ravens defense.
I mean, it's a defense, Cheese.
Yeah, but like
If
they
people
look
have their
great.
defense already, then they're not.
They
It was
look
also the
great.
Saints, but
Yeah, and they have a
don't.
cake schedule.
$46 is a bit much.
Yeah,
Look,
I know.
I had most of my money left. I
So
like
why
their
didn't you use that money on a quarterback?
well, I did, but then I dropped him because
Like, why didn't you spend more on Marcus
I
Mariota?
didn't I don't believe in Marcus Mariota enough to spend money on him.
Really? Against the Carolina? Did you not just see what Joe Burrow did
Yeah,
against
yeah, yeah, but
Carolina?
it's gonna be raining. They're gonna hand the ball off.
Huh?
It's gonna be raining.
Okay, and that just suits Atlanta
They're
even better
gonna
because they
hand the
like to
ball
run the ball.
off. They have like
They
18
don't
running
just
Wait,
backs.
hand it off,
Mariota's
they run it as well. What? No.
Yeah, but they've got 18 running backs. I don't know. I don't trust
Wait,
it.
you spent $46
Yep.
because they got 11 points against the Saints?
No, look at their schedule. Look at their schedule. Look who they play. Look at their playoff schedule. They play. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, I'd rather just
They
Other than that, I don't
play
really see a whole lot here. Latavius Murray for
Pittsburgh,
$9.
Cleveland, Atlanta. Come on.
Denver's got 3 running backs now. Who knows what happens. Cole Kmet's a pretty decent pickup for $7. He's been coming on lately with like 3 touchdowns in his last 2 games. With Fields coming back, looking good. Other than that, a whole bunch of trash. Case Keenum for $3.
Immediately
Cheese will
dropped.
talk about who he already dropped. So
to be
if he
honest,
doesn't
there
know what he's
hasn't been
doing,
like a very much of an impact ad
no,
this
not for
entire
a
year, really.
while. I mean,
I
there
think
was
Curtis Samuel
there
was the
definitely
big
hasn't
ad.
been a $100 man this year like previous
I think Curtis Samuel was the
years,
best
and
ad of the
some
year.
people have been waiting for that, and it hasn't come this year. So could maybe change some waiver strategy for next year if certain people save all their money for towards that guy, and then it never comes. Well, then what happens? So yeah, you're right, Pussy. There hasn't been too much. All right, now that we've done looking at that trash, I think Cheese just wanted to flex his $46 Ravens defense because there wasn't.
I thought.
Moving on.
Okay, whatever. Let's keep going.
Moving on to this upcoming week's matchups. As we get closer and closer to the playoff season, these matchups become bigger. We start with not so much of a big one between me and Pussy, as Pussy's sitting comfortably in the playoffs at the moment, versus my trash team at 1-8. Right now, Pussy projected to win 115-104. Pretty standard. He has Hurts
Jesus.
against Washington. Pretty easy, good, decent matchup there. Jamal Williams and Swift is Detroit boys against Chicago. Chicago's defense has been giving up a lot of points lately. Michael Pittman Jr. against the Raiders. A.J. Brown against Washington. Goddard against Washington. Gabe Davis. We'll see if Allen plays. And Tennessee against Denver. On my side, I have Geno Smith against Tampa, Jeff Wilson, who looked good in his first week with Miami against Cleveland, Kenneth Walker against Tampa as well, DJ Moore against Atlanta on Thursday night. Hopefully he can have a bounce back game after last week. Drake London as well on Thursday night. So hopefully that game's an offensive shootout back and forth. Pat Fryermuth against the Saints. Brandon Cooks if he plays against the Giants. I kind of just hope he doesn't play so then I can just play somebody else because I don't think he's going to do much, especially against the Giants. And the Cowboys against Green Bay. Obviously, the projection shows Pussy heavy favorite. His team's obviously better. The Philly stack worries me quite a bit against Washington. I'm going to need the Philly stack to have a down week. Also going to need Pussy's team to put up another low-scoring week. Although we know his low-scoring week finds a way to win, which could happen again this week if my team shits the bed. But obviously I'm no pussy, so I will predict myself in a close, low-scoring matchup. I'll say that for once this season, Pussy scores a low amount and doesn't win. All right. Cheese, who's winning this matchup?
It'd be nice if you won, golfer, but
Yes. Yeah.
you know what? Actually, I'm gonna pick you
Wow.
because I
Okay.
feel like outside the Eagles stack, Pusa's team is shit.
Ooh. Okay.
Gabe
I'll
Davis
take that.
value tanked. Michael Pittman
Michael
value
Pittman's value is tanked as
tanked.
well.
Jamal Williams didn't
Okay.
even practice this week. One of
right.
those running backs will get points, the other won't.
Okay. Interesting.
If
Okay.
the Phillies, not the Phillies, the Eagles have like just an okay game, you're done.
I would
I'll
I
go
would
with
need that,
golfer.
or just one of them to get points and not all three. Like
Yeah, like
last
if
week, all
Jalen
three of
Hurts
them
runs
got
in like
points.
3 touchdowns,
Yeah.
you're
If Jalen Hurts gets like 25, but it's all to Devontae Smith, I'll be happy.
I'm
But
picking golfer.
I doubt that will happen.
Let's go.
All right, Zombie, who's winning?
Jesus, this match is so bad.
Better than your
Yeah,
matchup.
kind of like your team the past few weeks.
Whoa.
I'm still picking golfer to win.
Wow. All right, Pussy, your comments on the matchup this week?
I'm gonna win, golfer, but I will say that there's one player that I am nervous about, and that was the player that I tried to trade for.
Uh-huh. So you're worried about DJ Moore, huh?
Yeah. I think DJ
Well,
Moore is gonna have a great
don't.
game.
I mean, you offered me a guy in the offense that now has a first-time head coach with an offensive coordinator that nobody's ever heard of before. That wasn't even a passing coordinator. He was an assistant to a passing coordinator. So
Yep.
I don't think I'm gonna take that straight-up trade, DJ Moore for Michael Pittman.
Which I understand.
Okay.
So
Fair. So hopefully he
yeah,
pops
I
off
think
against you, make you pay. But who knows?
he's gonna pop off. He's gonna pop off.
There's
But
always somebody that scores 35 against me, so who will it be this week on your team?
That didn't happen last week.
It did not happen that last
I
week.
think
You're right.
the Eagle stack's not gonna have
That's
as
why I
good
almost
a
won.
week as it had the last 2 weeks. I
Okay.
will think that the person that's gonna have a good week this week will be. God, I don't even know if there's gonna be a good player on my team. I think I'm gonna
Doesn't
have a
sound
bang average
confident.
week again.
Oh, another bang. So what, like 100 points?
I think so. But
Okay,
somehow I'm
well,
still gonna win.
100
Somehow.
points. Yeah, 100 points will probably still win you the matchup. Although my team the last 2 weeks has scored over 100 points. Uh, so, well, no, not last 2 weeks, but in between there was a bad week. But 3 weeks ago they did, then 2 weeks ago they didn't, then last week they did. So, all right. Well, you'll probably still find a way to win that low-scoring close
God,
game like you've
you
done all
know.
year. So, consider yourself lucky you're facing my trash team this week. All right, moving on to the next matchup. We have another battle of some interesting team here. We
Look at the
have
team
Zach at
names.
1-8 as well versus Pook at 5-4. Pook needs to rebound after that loss to Pussy last week.
Team chasing
Uh,
wins versus team
yeah,
chasing
he's
wins.
still chasing those dubs. Zach is, and
More like
Pook's
team
chasing them
chasing
as well.
L's.
Yeah, possibly. Right now, Pook projected to win pretty big, 114 to 95. Zach has Kyler Murray, who's questionable. He might take a week off to play some more COD against the Rams. Melvin Gordon against Tennessee. David Montgomery against Detroit. Decent matchup there, but who knows if David Montgomery can get it going as Herbert or Yeah, Herbert's been coming on the show. Devontae Smith against Washington, Devontae Adams against the Colts. That could be decent there. Mike Gesicki against Cleveland, and Curtis Samuel against Philly. And the Commanders defense once again against Philly's offense. Zach, I'll give Zach credit. He plays the Commanders defense every week, no matter the matchup. So against Philly, at Philly, sure, keep him in there, Zach. On Pook's side, he has Fields in there after costing Pook. If Pook would have played Fields last week, he would have won. So now he has Fields in there with Lamar on a bye. Against Detroit, great matchup, so Fields should run all over them and put up some big points. McCaffrey against the Chargers could be very well, as the Chargers can't stop the run at all. Aaron Jones, questionable against Dallas. We'll see if he plays. Kirk Cousins against Kansas City. George Pickens in there off the bye against New Orleans. Cole Kmet, newly picked up against Detroit as well. Good matchup, so he's got the Fields to Kmet combination. Tony Pollard against Green Bay, and the Eagles against Washington. So the battle of defenses in that game, Washington versus Philadelphia. Obviously, Pook's team, the much better team on paper, and I think it cruises to a pretty easy victory here. I think Pook's team will rebound after the disappointing week last week and get a pretty solid win here. Pretty hand. Chiefs.
Look, if Pook doesn't win, he has to go to the beach. But
Ooh.
Pook will win.
Yeah, this would be a crushing loss for Pook if he
Look,
somehow
does
lost.
he have anybody on bye? Or is this his best lineup?
Oh yeah, well he has Lamar on bye, and so he has Mark Andrews on bye.
But besides that, this is his best lineup.
Jacoby Myers, who he's been playing. He's not playing Najee
I
Harris.
think, look,
Got the
Zach's
running
gonna have an
backs in there.
all-time terrible performance. He might even break the record.
Wow. You think Zach is going to break the
Well, I think the
50-point
Commanders
zombie
are gonna get like
record?
-20, so that ain't helping him.
Okay, it's not gonna be 20. Could be
I
negative.
mean, it's gonna be negative.
I think the Devontae Adams against the Colts should easily get
We'll see.
Zach 20,
We'll see.
20 plus
Devontae can
points
shove
to
a
not
reporter
worry
again.
about to break that 50-point record. You have to literally get like 3 guys injured
Well,
or
okay,
get
what's his backup
zeros from
QB?
multiple guys. Who's Zach?
Jared Goff? I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
Jared
Jared
Goff's
Goff.
kind of
who he
doo-doo. I don't
picked up.
know. Look,
Yeah, but the Bears
Pook's
defense
winning.
doesn't make.
Pook's gonna be like I'm
Okay.
on the beach at like 1:15 p.m. after nothing happens for 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes in, he's gonna be somehow losing by a few points, and he's gonna say his season's
Yeah,
over.
like Melvin
Yeah,
Gordon will
that
have
would
like a
be something
10-yard
Pook
run.
can
He'll be
do.
like, "Fuck it, I'm
Uh-huh.
dead. We're over." And then he'll
Good
win.
call there.
And
Yeah,
then
good.
Justin
He'll
Fields will
go
pop
undefeated.
off, and he'll be good. Like Pook has this.
True. All right, Pussy, who's winning?
Honest to God, I think Zach might win.
No shot. Really? You're
Stop
taking
lying.
Zach to win? Well, Pook's gonna love hearing that when he watches it later. He's gonna be calling you out in the chat. Okay, so you're
I could
taking
give
Zach?
a shit.
Wow.
I could give a
Okay.
shit, that fucking filthy
Wow.
rat.
Wow. All right, that's a shock there. Zombie.
Fuck you, Pook, if you watch this, you piece of fucking shit.
Whoa. Whoa.
Let's be honest. Pook's team is trash. Zach's team is trash. But
So who's more trash?
but I need Pook to lose, so I'm going with my buddy Zach.
Wow. Okay,
Let's go,
so
Zach.
2
Let's
picks
go,
for
Zach. I know you're watching this. We love
Wow.
you, Zach.
Wow. Okay, so rooting for the big underdog there. Wow, interesting. All right, moving on to the next matchup. We have Ernie
Oh
at
my
5
God.
and 4 versus Hunter at 5 and 4. So another big time matchup for this week. This goes a long way for playoffs. The loser could find themselves on that edge of maybe not even making the playoffs. The winner sets himself up for a very, very good, secure spot in the playoffs. Right now, Hunter projected to win big time, 130 to 111 according to ESPN. Let's see, Hunter has Tua versus Cleveland, pretty decent there. Taylor, if he plays against the Raiders, good matchup, but if he plays, we'll see with the new coaching regime in there if they like to run the ball a lot, and that could benefit Taylor if he plays. Josh Jacobs against the Colts, Tyreek Hill against Cleveland as well. Juju against Jacksonville, pretty decent. TJ Hawkinson against Buffalo. Amari Cooper against Miami. He also and the Cardinals defense against the Rams, who haven't been able to move. On Ernie's side, he's got Herbert against the 49ers, Clyde Edwards-Helaire against Jacksonville, We'll see how much he gets as his role in the Kansas City offense has, for whatever reason, declined over the past few weeks. Dalvin Cook against Buffalo, Justin Jefferson against Buffalo. So we'll see if that Buffalo defense can show up against Minnesota. That could hurt Ernie if that defense looks good against Ernie's Minnesota stack. Chris Olave against Pittsburgh should be a great matchup there. Kyle Pitts against Carolina, Joshua Palmer against the 49ers. If Keenan doesn't play, I'm sure if Keenan plays, Ernie will probably switch that. And the Bills defense against that Minnesota. So once again, I never like when you have the prominent Minnesota players facing your own defense because it's just knocking your defense down possibly. But we'll see if Ernie changes his defense. I'm
Do
pretty
you
sure
think
has
he
a
knows any better?
second defense on the bench. He always has two defenses. Yeah, Buccaneers against Seattle. I don't know. We'll see what Ernie does there. I'm gonna take Hunter nonetheless. I like his team for this week a little more than Ernie. If Ernie had Stevenson, obviously Stevenson on bye is a big blow for Ernie because I don't know what to get out of CEH anymore. As well as I don't know if Keenan Allen's gonna play, so who knows what happens there. So some question marks for Ernie's team. Meanwhile, Hunter, I like his team overall more. I like his wide receiver matchups, and I'm gonna take Hunter to win. Cheese.
Look, Hunter's got this.
Got
Herbert,
this, okay.
it's been kind of ass.
Mm-hmm.
And
Against
then
tough 49ers defense as well. Not a good matchup.
I agree with you that the defense thing, it only hurts you because like if Cook and Jefferson pop off,
Yep.
you
Then
lose
down
points.
goes the defense's points.
Either
Yep.
there's no way you can net gain points from that.
Well, there is. I mean, if the defense gets pick sixes,
But like it's very like you need like a
then
you
that's
need
how
that's
it-
unlikely.
if his Cook and Jefferson get touchdowns, but then they also get a pick six
Yeah, but
for
it's
the
more
Bills,
likely
then it could help
you would
out.
lose points with that.
But yeah, no matter what, you're gonna be losing a little
And
points
then
on the defense.
CEH kind of doo-doo now, and so is Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is very inconsistent. Hunter has been on a hot streak. He will continue.
Okay. Pussy.
You know that claim that I said that Hunter will make the playoffs or miss the playoffs.
Miss
I'm
the
kind of
playoffs?
regretting that statement after looking at this
Wow.
week. So
Okay.
I'm taking Hunter.
So you're taking it back. You think Hunter's gonna make the playoffs?
Well, after this week, he's going to be in great position. So
Okay. All right. Wow. So on the same night, Pussy changes his opinion on Hunter's team. Interesting.
Flip
All
flop.
right. Uh-huh. That's why you are the FFF king in the group chat. All right. And Zombie, who's winning this match?
I need Ernie to lose, so I'm going with my buddy.
Why do you need? They're both 5 and 4. Why do you need Ernie to?
Because I play Ernie.
Oh. Okay.
I still get to play Ernie
Okay.
next
Okay.
week.
All right, I like it. I like it. Look ahead. All right, moving on to the next one. This is this is probably my favorite matchup of the week. Cheese at 8-1, trying to get
God.
that number one bye to keep pace with Tyler. He wants to win. Bill 3-6, a hot team coming into the week, trying to stride to make a late push for a playoff spot. Right now, Bill's looking like the favorite according to ESPN, 129 to 117. Cheese has some biases as well, so no Joe Burrow this week. So at the moment, it was Case Keenum earlier based on the $3 pickup on the waivers. Now it is Jacoby Brissett against Miami.
Jesus.
Miami's defense hasn't
Jesus
looked great
fucking
lately, but
Christ.
it's Jacoby Brissett and the Cleveland run the ball with Nick Chubb offense. So he doesn't like the fact that Atlanta only runs the ball constantly.
Look,
But then he turns around and picks up a
Look.
quarterback that does the same thing, hands it off to
I have an
Nick Chubb.
explanation.
Interesting. Okay.
Jeez,
hold
you're
your
so
thought.
dumb,
Hold your
Mariota
thought there.
fucking
Y'all.
Your
Your
team
You can
sucks. Your
explain.
team sucks. You're 3-6. Your
Okay.
ass.
Travis
Okay.
Etienne against Kansas City. Miles Sanders against Washington.
Monday night. I hate that. I
Diggs.
hate that.
Again, why do you hate that?
I hate Monday night matchups. You gotta wait.
Wait. Philly versus Washington is the Monday night
Yep.
game? Oh, Jesus. Diggs versus Minnesota. Mike Evans against Seattle. Zach Ertz against the Rams. And Alan Lazard against the Cowboys. And the 49ers defense against those Chargers.
And Cade York.
We
Who
don't care
gives a
about that.
fuck?
On Bill's side, he has Josh Allen if he plays against Minnesota. Like we already said, this is a battle of possibly needing quarterbacks, as Bill knew Cheese was going to need a quarterback for the bye, and he knew that he might need a quarterback when Josh Allen got banged up. So he went out and picked up a bunch of quarterbacks, picked up Daniel Jones off of waivers, who Cheese was eyeing earlier in the week,
Yep.
and picked up Jimmy Garoppolo as well off the waivers. So he's got those in case Josh Allen doesn't play. Saquon Barkley against Houston is a great matchup. Saquon could put up 30 all on his own in that matchup. Houston cannot stop the run. Derrick Henry against Denver is a little tougher. Cortland Sutton against Tennessee, interesting there. Hopkins after his comeback down to earth game last week against the Rams. Schultz against Green Bay. Godwin against Seattle. And the Raiders against the Colts. Pretty good matchup. Raiders, even though their defenses. Let's see. I think this is going to be a close matchup. I think it's going to be decent scoring for both teams, as both teams have some decent matchups and some decent players. I think it really comes down to Cheese's quarterback situation. I think if Cheese gets 15 points or more from whoever he plays, then I think he pulls this out. But I think if he starts a quarterback that does shit and gets single digits, then I think Bill edges it out. And at the moment, I don't think Jacoby Brissett is going to get double-digit points. So I am going to take Bill at the moment based on who Cheese is starting in. Pussy, who's winning?
Fuck you, Cheese.
Okay.
So I take it that's
Bill
a
is
Bill.
winning, and this is going to be
Okay.
the biggest blowout of the week.
The biggest blowout of the
Oh,
week.
okay.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. Interesting. Okay, Zombie. Let me guess. You need
Listen.
Bill to lose.
Listen,
He does.
we all know Cheese team is trash.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Don't get any
Okay.
It is
respect.
trash. It is
But-
trash.
But I need Bill to lose,
lose.
so we're picking Cheese.
Okay. All right, Cheese, your comments to any of that, as well as
Look,
if
if
you're
we
winning
look
this
at
week against Bill.
if we look at Brissett's stats, he's only scored under double-digit points once all season
Okay.
versus a very
Okay.
tough New England defense. For some reason,
Uh-huh.
the Browns love to let him throw it. I don't know why, but they
Okay,
do.
so that's just screaming some picks this week.
Look, Miami is
Okay.
not a great defense. I believe in my
Okay.
Etienne. I believe in my Miles Sanders. I still have most of my players in there. Alan Lazard is the only healthy Green Bay Packer.
Well, he's not really healthy because he's listed as questionable.
He'll play. He's the only guy they have left who can catch
Jesus
the ball.
Christ.
So
Okay.
First half bets is not coming back until December 12th.
Yeah, I already
Hey,
told you this.
like
Cheese thinks a
I'm
lot
feeling
along.
good. And then in Bill's team, I don't really like Chris Godwin. He hasn't done shit.
Okay.
And Son also has been kind of ass. So I feel
Mhm.
like he'll have some weak performances.
Yeah, he has Deontay Johnson against the Saints, Terrace Marshall, who's had some decent games, and Tony, who he acquired.
I
So
mean,
we'll
I don't
see
know.
if he
Isn't
ends
Son
up
like
switching or not.
isn't Son having like a really bad season?
They started out pretty good, but
Yeah,
then
but like, isn't he like the wide receiver
gone
like
downhill.
40 or something?
I
36.
don't know.
He's the
Okay,
wide
so
receiver.
basically you're gonna win.
He had 2 points last game. I feel confident. Josh Allen also, we'll see, but I'm feeling confident. My
Okay,
theme
so
this
let's say
year.
Josh Allen is out. Do you have a preference on which
Um,
quarterback
I
you
think
would
Danny
rather
Dimes
not
will do
face?
better, to be honest, but Jimmy G is a
Okay.
solid 15, so it doesn't really matter to me.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy G is
Okay.
like very consistent, but
Yeah.
I do not like waiting for Monday night. But it'll come down to Monday night.
Oh, so you're saying it will be close and it will
It'll be
come down to Monday
close.
night?
It'll be close for
Okay.
sure, but I'm taking myself as always.
Okay, so you're gonna pull out another Monday night win. You pulled out one last week against me.
I
Okay,
pulled out a
interesting.
lot of Monday night wins.
Yeah,
It
you
will
have.
continue.
You can take my Monday night luck for once, please. All right, moving on to the next matchup. As we said, zombie season starts now against Matt, 4-5 versus 3-6. So this is a huge week for Zombie. If Zombie loses this week, he is in very big time trouble because Matt is currently the 8th seed. So he's got to jump over some people. He's got to jump over Bill. He's got to jump over Matt, and then he's got to jump over one of the teams that are currently in the playoff. So it only starts by beating these teams, and he's facing Matt this week. So big matchup for Zombie if he's going to have any hopes of getting the playoffs. Right now, ESPN's predicting him to win 126 to 109. He has Patrick Mahomes against Jacksonville, so his chief stack against Jacksonville pretty good. Cordell Patterson against Carolina on Thursday could also be very good. Khalil Herbert against Detroit, also pretty good matchup there. Amara against Chicago. Terry McLaurin against Philly on Monday night. Kelsey against Jacksonville. Debo Samuel back off the bye against Zombies Chargers, and the Saints defense against Pittsburgh. So some pretty decent matchups there for Zombie. On Matt's side, Derek Carr against the Colts, Kamara against Pittsburgh, Damian Pierce against the Giants. He's questionable, but probably will play. Robinson against Arizona. Thielen also questionable against that Buffalo defense. Gerald Everett against the 49ers. Singletary against Minnesota with Hines in there. Who knows how much Singletary gets, although they might have to run the ball a little more with if Allen's out. And the Colts against the Raiders. So he also has the Colts defense facing his quarterback, Derek Carr. That. I think Zombie is fortunate to be playing the team he's playing this week with some of the issues Matt has on his team. He doesn't have T. Higgins, who's on a bye, which helps. So I am going to take Zombie to win. I like Zombie's matchups a lot for a lot of his players. If Zombie loses this one, then you just wrap it up, Zombie, because you should win this week with the matchup you have compared to the team you're playing. All right, Cheese, who's winning?
Zombie, sadly, will win, but
Okay.
I do want to give some props to Matt for being an excellent fantasy manager this season with his shit
Right. He's
shit
he's
team.
had very good patience.
He's been obviously playing the right matchups every week. You get the 4 wins when Zombie has had great players all year and his team sucks.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but Zombie doesn't the matchups this week. But as I said last week, concussion CTE runs in his team, so you never know.
Yeah, that is a possibility with Zombie's team. That could fuck him. Yeah. All right, Pussy.
I am going to pick my boy Zombie because Matt
Okay.
has to have patience to win, and I think his patience will be limited this week. So
Yeah, well, we're getting towards the end of the year, so if you're gonna make the playoffs, you better start winning some games. You can't really be patient anymore at this point.
remember,
I think.
patience is key, golfer.
Yeah, it is key. That's right. That is right.
I'm taking Zombie.
Taking Zombie though. Okay. All right, Zombie, your season starts now. Are you getting this win this week against Matt?
Listen, my season starts this week.
Uh-huh.
I control my destiny. I will run the table and make the
Wow.
playoffs.
Wow. So you're gonna win out. Make the
I
playoffs.
will
Okay.
win out, and along the way, I will beat some of my
You don't even know who you're
arch
playing.
nemesis. Yeah, go look at my schedule. I will run the table.
All right. So
and
Zombie, would you agree if you somehow choke this week and lose that you're probably done?
He's playing
Listen,
Ernie
if
next
I-
week, and then Zach. Oh, that's a free
Hold
win.
on. Answer the question. If you lose this week, are you toast?
listen,
Just
if I
answer
lose,
the question. Okay.
if I lose this week, my
Yes.
season starts next week.
You play
Next
Hunter
year.
and Pook. Okay.
Okay. Well done, Zombie.
There
If
will
you
be a
lose
new
this
champion.
week, your season will start next year. I like it. Well, I'll have the beach spot ready for you just in case somehow your team chokes this week
You
against
can join
Matt.
Pook in the cabana.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the final matchup of the week. We have Slaps at 5-4 versus Tyler at 8-1. Cheese will be rooting for Slaps
Let's go.
to knock off Tyler before their matchup the following week. Tyler right now, according to ESPN, to win 122 to 111. Tyler has Tom Brady against Seattle, Austin Eckler against the 49ers. Tough defense, but it is Eckler, so I'm sure he'll still get some points. Fournette against Seattle. Cooper Kupp in there against Arizona should be good. Darnell Mooney against Detroit could be good as well. Kittle back in there off the bye against the Chargers as well. Tyler Lockett against Tampa Bay, and the Giants defense against Houston. Great matchup there. On Slaps' side, he has Prescott against Green Bay, Nick Chubb against Miami, Deontay Foreman after his huge week against me. He goes back down to earth and looks like shit last week. Against Atlanta, though, on Thursday night could be a decent matchup. We'll see. DK against Tampa, Jalen Waddle against Cleveland, Dulcich, who he picked up against Tennessee, and CeeDee Lamb in there as well against Green Bay, and the Broncos defense against Tennessee. Could be decent, possibly if they start Willis. I don't see. They might probably gonna get Tannehill back. Let's see. I think this one will be a close matchup, closer than what ESPN thinks. I do like Tyler's team, some of his players a bit more. It just really comes down to does Chubb and does his Cowboys players do well enough to get him over the hump of Tyler. And I think I'm gonna take Slaps in the upset this week. Uh, Cheese, obviously we know
Look,
who
we know
you're
where I'm
taking to.
going. Tyler has gotten a bit lucky
Oh,
before.
luck talking about luck. So you're saying
Look.
both 8-1 teams have had luck.
No,
Oh,
I'm just
shocker.
saying that, like my first win of the season was probably luck. But before last week, he got a couple like 100-point wins
Yes, he did.
over
Mhm.
some shit opponents.
Yep.
I like Slaps' matchups this week. I think
Mhm.
they're solid. I think the Cowboys will obliterate Green Bay.
Okay.
And Fournette, his stock has been dropping. Tom Brady's
Yes.
stock has been dropping. Darnell Mooney's stock is unknown. Could be good, could be bad. This Giants game feels like a trap.
Okay.
Sorry, Giants. I'm going
Wait,
with
so you think
this.
Houston's gonna?
No, I don't think they'll win, but I don't think it's gonna be
Oh,
like the Giants are not a high-scoring team.
okay.
It's not gonna be like
Your
everyone like
Giants are trash.
shut the fuck up. Better record than the Chargers.
Okay. That is true.
I don't think
I think the Giants are better than the Chargers.
I think the Giants win, but like it's not gonna be a blowout. Like they're not high.
Okay.
Like they don't.
Yeah,
Besides
they don't blow
Saquon,
anybody out.
like it'll be like a 20 something points, whatever win, but it's not gonna be like 40. It's not gonna be
Okay.
ridiculous.
All right. So you're taking
I'm taking
Slaps.
Slaps. Looking for a
Okay.
big start on Thursday Night Football.
Okay. All right. Pussy.
I am picking. Let's see here. Do I like anybody on these teams? I think that this matchup is blown way out of proportion. I think I'm taking Slaps. I like Slaps'
Hmm.
team.
Okay. All right. Interesting. All right. And Zombie.
Look, if Slaps can't even win while getting Mixon 50 points, he ain't winning
Yes.
without him this week.
Ooh.
Let's think about
Ooh.
this.
This is
Brady
a
is a
That
bum.
is true. He has
Fournette
Mixon on a
is a
bye. I
bum.
forgot to mention he's on a
This
bye,
is
so
a
he
But he
now
got
has
Chubb back.
55
He has
point man.
Chubb back.
Yes. Yeah, he does have
this
Chubb
is
back,
a
so
this is a Charles
maybe
Barkley
Chubb gets 55.
guarantee
It's okay.
Still lose.
blowout
For who?
Guaranteed
winning?
blowout for Tyler.
for Tyler.
What was the
Oh,
Barkley
wow.
guarantee last
Okay.
week?
I don't like Brady. I don't
It
like
doesn't matter.
Fournette. I don't like Mooney.
I'm sure it
I
was
don't
wrong,
like
whatever
Kittle.
it was. Okay. All right. Interesting. The Zombies taking Tyler in a blowout. All right.
Oh,
All
Brady.
right. All right. Well, good luck to everyone this week on the matchups. Make sure you keep your eye on your lineups for any injury concerns, as well as the Thursday night football games. And Zach, as we know, is not here. However, he still wanted me to make graphics for a segment that he
Jesus.
is not doing. So that definitely doesn't happen. If you can't attend the show, you ain't
Whoa,
getting my
whoa! I could
time
do his
wasted
rankings.
on making graphics. However, he did send me a message for his rankings that I will put as a little mini graphic here. So this is Zach 10K's completely unbiased I don't care rankings, because as we all know, Zach this year doesn't care anymore, as he's now 1-8 and completely out of it, just fighting that to be in last place with me. So in Zach's completely unbiased I don't care rankings, he said, this week's rankings, I don't care. I'm 1-7. I'm at the Maryland soccer game. Which replied with me, okay, by the way, you're not 1-7. You're 1-8. So he didn't even know his record. Oh, and he also threw in the also fuck.
Well, I don't know what I did to him. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what I
So
did to him.
GG's to Zach on his rankings, who he can't even get his own record right. It is worse than what he
I
thought.
hope he gets.
Because
I
he
hope he
is
messes up the
1-8.
penalty kick again.
Oh yeah, that penalty spot. I'm sure he checked that spot to make sure it was
He
aligned
won't make it to the
in the
World Cup
field.
refs like that with that performance.
Probably not with that, but over there in Qatar, that could be something that could be
I would
messed
never
up
go to
with those
Qatar.
shady people over there.
They would
All
never let me
right,
go
so
home.
GG's on that. GG's to everyone. Good luck this week, and we'll catch you back here next week.